Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Sunday, November the 25th. Having a look through my stash today and came across this. This is a very old kit. It's actually from 2006 and it's one of Trumpeter's first. It's 00363 and I thought I'd do a quick review of it because I'd forgotten I ever even bought it, and it also led me to the fact that I've also got the Mortars car that I forgot I had. So this is basically the basically if you've got one of these, then you need one of these. This was basically a PzKpfw taken off the production line, and then all this ammunition loading equipment was fitted to it, and there were, I think there were 6 dedicated to each Mortars car gun. So as you know, the Mortars car would have been transported on rail, so you would have had the you'd have had a rail car or 6 rail cars with one of these on each, or maybe a longer rail car with 2 of these on each rail car, and that would have been part of the gang that went with the gun and started firing. So I don't know a hell of a lot about it historically, as you can tell by the way I'm talking, but you can find out loads of historical information. But basically, if you've got one of these, you need at least one of these if you're going to do a dio. Why am I doing a review of a kit which is 12 years old and probably these days quite hard to come by? Because this is what Trumpeter used to be. This kit is quite incredible. When I show you inside, you won't believe it. You'll see on here it says bonus, both strip and link tracks available. It is on a funny angle, guys, because if I put it flat, you get reflection of the light. So yeah, this is not a sticker that's actually printed on there, so I'm guessing you get the bonus whatever. This was not really a bonus, it's just part of the kit. But you can see on here it's 174mm long, 94mm wide, 108mm high. There are 674 parts, which is quite a low part count, isn't it, compared to today's kits. 15 sprues, hull and track. Right, so let's have a quick look around the side of the box. And there's some history there you can read. This is, Trumpeter used to do this, all the boxes used to be this red crimson colour on the side. And there's some close-ups of the finished model. You can see it's quite a lovely looking kit when it's a lovely looking model when it's done. And there we go, kit number 363. And here it's showing the PE and some metal parts you get. Yes, you won't believe your eyes here, guys. If you're fairly new to the world of modelling, you won't have seen stuff like this before. So let's get my dirty old water bottle out of the way and have a look inside the box. In fact, before we do, I'm just going to tell you what's in this box. There are 407 grey plastic parts. Ignore what it says down here. 407 grey plastic parts, 3 clear parts, 136 photo etch parts, 2 rubber track lengths, 256 individual track links, 4 springs, 6 rivets, 2 lengths of brass wire, 2 metal shells, turned aluminium shells, and 1 rope. If you look at this kit, I think you'll find it about £35. Can you imagine? I mean, the 5 sheets of photo etch would cost you that these days. So there we go. Quite impressive, huh? So you've got all this photo etch here, which is on this card, all kept nice and flat. Yep. Instructions, colour call out. And we've got all our sprues, all steel bagged. I want to get these out of the way to show you this. There's some plastic shells. There's all your track links. There's all your wheels. Some separate bits and pieces, jack, hooks, shovels, tools, springs, pieces like that. And we've got the actual hull itself with detail underneath. How accurate this is, I don't know. This is old Trumpeter, so there may be some accuracy issues. But look here, they've included all the gears inside the gear housing there, so it'd be great for an exploded or workshop dio. Then we've got this card in the end here, which has got actual proper turned aluminium shells. There you go, solid, not tubes, solid aluminium shells. There's 2 of those. Don't ask what the different lengths mean, I don't know. And if we look in here, I don't want to pull them out because, well, I guess I will. We've got our rubber track links, yeah, on top of the individual track links. So this is why I wanted to review this kit, just to show what you actually get. And you've got all these track links here, which are all the individual track links. I don't know what they're like. They've got lots of there's 3 true connection points on each one, so that'd be a bit of a nightmare. We've seen the hull, we've seen the wire and the springs and everything. So we've got these shells, which are all very, very nice. Lots of suspension components, wheels, more tracks there, some tiny little handles, which look very nice indeed. There's no real, people call it burring, I can't stand that term, burring, it's a mould seam. There's no real mould seam evident on there. Individual tools, jack there, jack block, cable cutters. You know, it's all just as good as anything you get today, pretty much. I think the problem where it fall down is accurate, but I could be wrong. I guess there's people out there that will know about this kit's accuracy. I would imagine most of it, everything from the hull, you know, from the fenders down, is just Panzer IV. So the original Trumpeter Panzer IV, I'm not sure what they're like. Please let me know in the comments. But and then here we've got the, if you notice, all the sprues are individually bagged in 1s or 2s. Nothing all wrapped up together to get damaged. There's the upper hull there, and then we've got the main boom. And as we can see on there, there's not any real massive seam line or anything. Nice casings there. I'm looking for something that may have been cast, so you can see any cast texture, but I'm not really seeing too much. This one's bagged up in a pair. There's some nice texture on the top of those this checker plate. I'm not sure if that's correct for the period. It may have been diamond plate. And there's some nice rivet detail on those fenders there. Now this is the problem with old Trumpeter. Look, we've got the on here, we've got the ejector pin marks all through it there. The reason I'm not debagging this, guys, I'm sorry, is because I don't intend to build it. Not at the moment. And you know, I do tend to buy and sell kits, and I find if you do a review on a kit that you're not thinking going to build, if you debag it, it can affect its value greatly, especially the higher value stuff like wingnut wings. So yeah, you can see some pretty big deep ejector pin marks in there. But I mean, I think that's going to be on parts you're not going to see. It's underneath, like here underneath the fenders, you can see. But it's certainly that texture on the top of there, that checker plate. I'm not sure if that's correct for the period. Please let me know. But yeah, so that's all the sprues. We've got our colour call out, so we've got our typical German grey, which is what I always go for. And then we've got the tricolour on there. All the colours are in Mr. Hobby, which is nice. And then we've got our instructions. And just a quick flick through, there's some Chinese stuff on here all about not stabbing yourself in the eye with knives and don't eat pencil lead. Call outs of the sprues, everything is numbered and it's showing you all the different parts as well, little bits and pieces. So we're starting off quickly with the hull, and it looks like we've got separate B38. B38 is actually, so I was wrong on the parts, there's more parts than I thought. B38, if you look here, you can see that B38 are actually moulded on bolt heads, much like when you buy the Ming ones. So you've got to cut those off the sprue, and then, sorry about the light, guys, that's that bloody LED light. I'll turn the LED light off, there we go. Now you can look at it without the flickering. Where are we? Here. So the B38 parts there, they're actually bolt heads which are moulded onto the sprue. Let's have a quick look at them. Where are they? Where are they? There they are there. So we can see them there. So they're actually bolt heads moulded onto the sprue that you have to slice off yourself and add onto the casings that you see here. So there we go, bolt heads to all around there. And then we're doing the rear plate there. And then we've got the wheels going on, suspension parts, individual track links or the rubber track lengths. I would always go with the individuals. And that's nice as well, that normally these days kit manufacturers go 97. They're saying 100 to 102, so yeah, depending on how you've built the model. So that's good. Then we're putting the actual main upper hull on, bit of drilling to do there, all separate panels and doors. Then we've got this here. I was actually wondering if a lot of the older Trumpeter kits, they would give you PE and plastic parts. So like this might be made of PE, but you'd also get the plastic part in addition. Now I don't know if that's what they're doing. No, they're not. There's PE going on the back. In fact, there's PE on the front and the back. So yeah, you have to build it really to know, because obviously in their early days their instructions weren't so good. This is all photo etch here, which is very nice, and then you've got a mesh going on. So this is I'm imagining this is probably part of an exhaust system or something, but it's going to be really nice that you look inside there and you're going to see all this PE metalwork rather than solid thick lumps of plastic. And then we've got our shells here, the plastic ones, and we've got a metal shell, but we've got all the PE to add to the back to give the rear detail, and then there's a wraparound PE part for the actual detail around the outside, and that's only on the metal ones. And then we've got plastic for that, so I guess you'd use the plastic ones in here and have the metal one on hanging off the crane. So we've got our shell storage there. I must look up actually why we've got one longer than the other. Perhaps somebody in the comments can tell me. More PE here. It's a lot of PE bracketry and stuff. I'd imagine this is going to look absolutely incredible built, because there is so much PE that it's the scale thickness of everything is going to look wonderful. It's going to look very, very nice. So here we go. We've got crane mechanism is this, and some pulleys, and then it's telling us to use the rope to connect the hook to the crane and everything. Oh, it's going to be fragile. And then we've got the actual lifting mechanism. Again, this is all PE here. My God, there's a lot of PE in this kit. And then there's the finished article, and it's showing you here two options. Oh, I see. This one is all laid down flat for storage, and this one's got the crane raised up, so you can actually have it on display as lifting a part onto the mortar car. So there we go. Quite an impressive kit. Whether it fits together well, I do not know. This is the trouble with inbox reviews. Just if you remember, guys, when you look at an inbox review, take it for what it is. It doesn't tell you it's a good model just because it's got lots of parts. But I wanted to show you this because I thought it was incredible. All of the extras you're getting in this model for the price, it's quite incredible. So there it is. That's the PzKpfw 4 Aus Fahrgestell. I'm guessing that means it's a loader. Ammunitions loader or something. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Lots more reviews, builds and all sorts of stuff coming this way. See you later.